I'm sitting in the synagogue in May of 2000 when Felix Goldberg of blessed memory spoke during Yom HaShoah, the Day of Remembrance. Every year, Jews gather to remember what happened during the Holocaust. This was his opportunity to share his story. I'm sitting in this audience of 200 or 300 people, and I'm riveted by this story. As he stepped off the stage after the ceremony, he walked up to me. He had the speech in his hand, and he handed it to me. He knew I was an educator. And he said, "Frankie," in a beautiful Polish accent, "Frankie, do something with this." And I finally approached the family members who were incredulous. What makes my parents' story worth telling? And I said, well, I'd like to do a website for educators that tells your parents' story, what happened to them before the war, what happened during the war, and what happened after the war.
First thing you did, you created a website. I said to myself, okay, he says he's going to create a website, but I really don't think he'll ever accomplish it. We didn't have all the facts together, and it took an amazing amount of effort to put the facts together. And then you said you were going to write a book, and I just said, no way, that's just not going to get done. And you pulled it off.
My hope is that this book, especially because it's geared towards younger people, will help them understand that when any group is persecuted for their faith, for their belief, the results are almost inevitable unless it is checked and unless somebody says, this is America. We don't do that here.
But it's more than just their story. It tells a historical document of what happened when Germans passed laws to limit the freedoms and the liberties of Jews. This story tells what happens when people look the other way and don't do anything to help the innocent.
A lot of people are talking about shades of 1930s in Germany. I don't know if it's quite that bad yet, but unchecked, we know where things lead to.
My hope is that the students that read the book will begin to understand anti-Semitism. I think that it will be a great learning tool for them.
When I think of my dad, the word that comes to my mind is wily, W-I-L-Y. So many things that he did to save his life.
I'm going to elaborate about the risks that my father took during World War II. One of his stories is that he was in a concentration camp. His tattooed number on his arm was being called to be taken to the gas chamber. And he went into hiding. He went under his barrack. He spent 2 to 3 days, maybe more, under the barrack at risk of staying under that barrack was an amazing risk.
During the Holocaust, I would say that she was very innocent. I would say that she was courageous. I would say that she was brave. And I would say that she was strong. Those are the adjectives that I would say. And then later in life, she was very elegant and very beautiful and very well-spoken and very loving.
Bluma, I have amazing memories of her. She was so warm and loving, and always, wanted to hear about what we were up to, and of course the memories of her speaking to my school about her experience surviving the Holocaust, and because of that, I do feel like people looked at me differently as Bluma's granddaughter. Just having that survival in my blood, right? So yeah, I look back very fondly of them and miss them greatly.
And if Felix Goldberg were here today, you know what he would say? Value your freedom, your democracy. I had my freedom taken away from me for 6 years. He loved the United States. He loved South Carolina. He loved Israel. He loved his family. And every day he wanted to share that story.
I think I'm a fairly happy guy, and I'm a grateful guy. I live in the best country in the world, the USA, with the best wife in the world, Bluma, but I carry inside me a very unpretty past. And I worry that what I experienced in my past, others should not experience in their future.
A human being is stronger, I feel, than you can imagine, that what a person can go through in life and still survive, I mean, from my own experience. And of course, as far as Hitler is concerned and Nazi Germany, I cannot imagine that any people could do such atrocities to other people. And this is, to me, just unbelievable.